What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Blank's Corner. Psyched to bring you guys a Morigins match today. We are playing first to 10 points, so first to 10 Morigins Engrave wins. I'm on the bottom, piloting Bowlgin in the gold sleeves, and my buddy Manuel's on top, piloting Quallax. We're going to high roll for turn order. I get a 3 to his 2, and I believe I go ahead and put him on the play here. I think I typically prefer going second in Morigins in most cases. So we're going to draw our fresh 5 cards for turn. He's going to drop a Gulu, unfortunately, not having a target other than himself for his effect. And then I just go ahead and play a Bowlgin and clear out the Gulu, my 300 score to his 100. Turn goes back over to him. He draws for turn, refreshing his hand back up to 5. Don't mind me playing with the camera. He plays a second Gulu. It is an unfortunate position to be in, but it is what it is. It looks like I scrap 1 card from my hand to draw a couple fresh cards. Clearing out the Gulu again and just simply passing. I decide not to overcommit to a board, just to clear 1 itty bitty boy. So I give the play back over to Emmanuel. He plays a Bowlgin here, grabbing a Gulu, which looks a little sus, but then he grabs the Mushrin, and it all makes sense, and he clears out my Bowlgin with his Mushrin, and then the play goes to me. I scrap, looks like 1 card from my hand to hopefully draw a couple more useful cards. I go ahead and play a Gulu of my own, targeting his Mushrin, his effect negating a card on the board, and I drop my own Mushrin and a Bowlgin. Now, I don't agree with this play. I Bowlgin into his Mushrin and then throw my Mushrin at his negated Mushrin. Now, my Mushrin could have just cleared it. So, a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. Back over to Emmanuel. He plays a Quallax into the Jelix, into the Angelude. Now, Angelude is a menace, and a Spherix as well. Angelude effortlessly clears over the Mushrin and the Spherix into the Gulu. Now, Angelude, when it attacks, it shifts itself into alt score mode, and it has 800 alt score, so it is quite a boss. So over to me, I draw some cards here, dropping a Bowlgin into the Spherix, clearing it out. However, the Spherix effect activates and switches my Bowlgin into alt score mode, which is 0. So, fun stuff for me. At the start of his turn, your Morigin does return into score mode, and it looks like he plays another Quallax into a Jelix. We went from a rough start, and now we're picking up some momentum on Emmanuel's side. I correct him here. He's used to tapping the Angelude. He runs it over with the Jelix, and then Angelude goes direct, and I mill off a Striker Bully. So I'm ramping up on that damage here. I gotta find an out to this Angelude. 800 power score is no joke. So I drop a Bowlgin here into a Striker Bully into a Boltron. And Boltron's 600 power score is gonna be enough to clear Jelix 500, but I still have to deal with this Angelude. And this Angelude just swinging for 800 is quite menacing, so Emmanuel's still definitely an advantage. And it looks like he's gonna drop a Bowlgin of his own to clear over the Boltron. Looks like he just wants to apply some pressure here, get some damage in. Bowlgin just says boom to whatever it battles. Angelude just gonna run over the Striker Bully, and the Quallax that powered down cannot run over the Bowlgin. So, Bowlgin's still chilling. Looks like I scrap a card, draw some fresh cards here for my turn. See if we could finally get the out for this Angelude that has just been putting in so much work. I power up Bowlgin into Striker Bully, Bully into Boltron, so we're back with our 600 beat stick here. Still not enough to clear the Angelude, but let's see what I got cooking over on the Bowlgin side. Bowlgin, there we go. Bowlgin says boom, everybody say it with me. This is my out. 2 big bosses, a card that absolutely demands respect. Bowlgin is an excellent card. So it looks like I have a game plan for the Angelude to go away. And I play the Bowlgin here, looking at a very aggressive play on my part, but I believe he's at 7 points Engrave, so I'm just trying to clear this out for the game. Bowlgin into Angelude, Boltron into Jelix, and Bowlgin into Quallax. showing me the feat from hand. He knows the game is over. I was able to close it out, luckily. MVP Bowlgin. Everybody say it with me. Bowlgin. Card absolutely needs to be respected. Phenomenal removal card. Gets rid of a lot of threatening cards. So it looks like I get the win, and we go straight into game 2. We're going to shuffle up here and jump straight into game 2. Morigins matches move very fast. Once both players know what they're doing, the game moves quite fast. 10 points seems to be a comfortable number to play to as well. I think that it's a good match length and gives both players a good chance to bounce back. Not too long, not too short. Looks like he makes me go first here, and I just simply drop a Bowlgin and pass it over to him. I did not have much to commit to the board there. So throwing it over to him, he drops a Quallax and does not have a follow-up, but we've all seen this before. The deck might start a little slow, but once it starts picking up momentum, you see what happens. So over to me, it looks like I scrap a card, draw a few more cards, and I simply just throw the Bowlgin into the Quallax. 300 power score to his 200. Looks like back over to Emmanuel, he scraps a card from his hand, draws a couple new ones to refresh. Let's see what he's got going on his side here. He's going to use a Brawra, activating its effect to send it to grave to trade it for the Quallax. That gets the Jelix, that gets the Angelude. And the Angelude just crashes into the Bowlgin. So immediately applying pressure with the Angelude. This card is absolutely threatening. I cannot stress it enough. 800 power score for a second power-up evolution is excellent. So then passing over to me, I scrap a card, refresh up to 5. Let's see what we can get going on our side. Bowlgin, this answers threats, answers big threats if you can't climb up to a big enough power score guy. And then I play a Jellygen. So we're gonna boom into the Angelude. The Jelix would be in alt score mode here, just for everybody watching. The Jellygen cannot clear the Jelix, so doesn't really matter. It'll shift back into score mode anyway. Back over to Emmanuel's turn though. He simply drops another boss on top. Another Angelude to deal with. Fun times for me. Don't know if I have another Bowlgin for this one, boys. I'm explaining to him here that Jellygen needs to be destroyed in combat twice. So, unfortunately, he plays a Mushrin from hand as a vanilla. You can play any card, technically, but now the drawback is it's a vanilla with it has no effect, and its stats are cut in half. So its 400 power score is now 200, and it has no effect. And he plays a Skignetti, utilizing its ability to put everything into alt score mode. And he sets my Jellygen alt score, and it has an alt score of 0. So the Skignetti and the Angelude are just going to run through the Jellygen, no problem. And clearing that out. And we have a bit of a discrepancy here. The Mushrin is at 0 alt score and tries to attack direct, so I don't believe I take a point of damage. And that's how we ruled it. But back over to me, I play the Bowlgin into the Striker Bully, into the Voltron, into the Robotoro, and play the Feep for the Robotoro to give it that 100 power boost, giving me enough power to run over the Angelude. I played all 5 cards from hand. So 900 beating out his 800 alt score, being able to clear over it. And then the Feep is able to run over the Mushrin here because the Mushrin's power score was cut in half, and it is a rock type, and Feep gets the type advantage. So putting the play back over to Emmanuel, he's going to scrap a card, draw a few fresh ones, see where we can go from here. And he's going to play down a Bowlgin of his own to clear out my boss. This is an optimal play, optimal way to play the card. And then the Jelix is just going to get over the Feep. 500 to my 200. I apologize about the glare here for the grave. I was trying to get a good angle, but it was sort of difficult. Play goes back over to me. I refresh a bit. I'm still in a good spot. I've got a Voltron that is stronger than the Jelix, so I'm still in a good position here. And I believe Emmanuel is at 5 in grave, and I may be at about the same. I play another Jellygen just for the protection, and then the Voltron goes into the Jelix, killing it 600 to its 5, and then Jellygen running over the Quallax 400 to its 200, getting me another easy 2 points in the grave. So Emmanuel's sitting at 7, I believe. So with the Skignetti on board, I don't mind it. It did its job, and it just sort of sits there and occupies a space. And I will kill it when the time is right. So back over to him. He draws some new cards. He's going to drop a Quallax, drop a Jelix, power up into a Jelix, power up into a Gelodon, and playing a Feep, powering up the Gelodon, making it 700, enough to run over the Voltron. And the Feep, realizing the Feep and the Skignetti can't do much here, the Feep did its job, buffing the Gelodon, Skignetti sitting at 0. He has no choice but to turn it over to me. I'm going to scrap a few cards from hand, drawing some more. I know here that I just need to kill 3 more monsters in order to win. So I'm just thinking how I can do that, how I could close this game out. Very, very close. But he gave me 2 very low bodies to deal with, and if I can handle the Gelodon, then we're in the clear. Because after killing the Feep, the buff goes away on the Gelodon, so it will go back down to 600. Looks like I have a Brara of my own here, grabbing a copy of Voltron that we're going to stack on the Striker Bully, making sure it retains its stats, then dropping a Bowlgin into a Bullocks. Bullocks into Feep, clearing it out. Voltron is going to go into Gelodon. I have the advantage, and then Jelix, and then Jellygen into his final Morigin to clear out the game. That gets him to 10 points in grave. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time with more.